on the cloud. So welcome everyone to Cub Scout Pack Scoutbook training. Hopefully I can help you guys out to see different areas of what's available if you haven't figured out some of the items. And we'll be recording this session for sharing in the future. And if you guys have any questions or comments, you can put it in the chat, because I know when I'm sharing, I'm not going to have a visual of everybody on the screen. So if you have your hand up or something, I may not see it. Otherwise, you can unmute yourself and chime in so that I know that you have a question if I don't get to you. And we'll address questions as they go. Does that sound good? Thumbs up, everybody. It's like, I like that. All right, so let me share my screen. Get over here. Get that here. So here's our first thing. And I'm Lori Ludis. I'm the Scoutmaster of Scouts BSA Troop 152 for the girls. My email is there, and anybody who has questions can contact me. It's very simple, lori.ludis@gmail. And I was the Cub Master of Pack 52 for the last almost 3 years. I started there in 2017. So hopefully whatever I've gained from my knowledge in Scoutbook, I can bring it to you guys as well. Some of the topics that we're going to address: adding scouts and leaders, assigning scouts to their dens, advancement, entering, managing, and processing, the roster, quick entry, sending messages, activity logs and reports, and definitely advancement ordering. For adding scouts and adults, you have the registration process. I think everybody probably has gone through the paper process where your scout or your adult hands in the form to you, and then you get it down to Margie with payment. Otherwise, what I love is the online application, because it's instantaneous for the scouts, that is. For an adult to do online registration, it has to be approved by your chartered organization rep and your committee chairperson before they get assigned to your pack or troop. And then the council will enter that paperwork into the BSA system, and within 24 hours, your people automatically will show up in your scout book. But they won't be assigned to a den. That's where your leaders will assign that scout to a den. And we're gonna walk through, I'm gonna sign on to Scoutbook, so we will walk through everything that I'm showing on this. Advancement, we all love those adventures and electives. I'm sure your scouts have been very busy during these last couple months. I know I just looked at our roster and I'm like, ooh, these kids were busy, which is fabulous to see. Record keeping, we're going to go through the parent's ability versus the leader. And really the difference is, because I don't know if all of you have noticed, but parents have full control. This is something that Scouts BSA wanted to make sure that, or Boy Scouts of America wanted to make sure that parents have full control, because if they move anywhere, their scout book connection moves with them. So they always have connection with their scout. Now, they can enter all that they want in there. The leader still has to approve it. So, I mean, even if you see that Joe did the supernova, and you know that they'd never contacted you to find out who a supernova mentor was, then that's not going to get approved. And then I'm going to show you some quick entry, the award ordering, access to scouts and parents, helping unit leaders and counseling scouts regarding the advancement. And last week, Hank had talked about that Chrome extension. Now, unfortunately, I am doing this training on my Apple, and I do not have it on the Apple, but if you are in I'm in Safari. If you're in Google Chrome, you can actually add on a little feature for the extension on Scoutbook and get a couple, have that black pug connection, which is fabulous, because I am so looking forward to when summer camp happens and get that data sent to me, and I can import it into my Scoutbook so I don't have to go through each individual's markings and awards. Sending messages, you can send messages to an entire pack, just your den. And also a lot of people don't realize there is the text availability, because I know when you're out on the road, if there was a cancellation or an emergency situation, if your pack sends it out and you're in a not great cellular area, you may not get the email, but sometimes you will get the text message. And then online help, I'm actually gonna show you guys that screen as well. It's fabulous because they have a lot of guiding. There's lots of videos that you can go in and help with any other additional questions that you may have. And then we'll come back to the questions at the end. So I'm going to stop sharing this screen, and then we're going to go to the other one. Does anybody have any questions yet? I like that. Thumbs up for that one, right? Okay, so let me scroll over. So why don't we just go right into the Scout book. Now let me extend this larger. Can everybody see the Scout book screen? Excellent. So this is something fairly new in this last year. You have 2 login options. I am old school because, again, I started using Scoutbook in 2017. So I like to go right in the main login. But we'll go over to the Den Leader beta section too, because it's still in the beta stage. So they're just still testing it out. But if everybody, I believe, knows how to log in, if you're like me, you save your IDs into your computer because it makes a lot faster entrance. And we log on. And probably the #1 area that I use on Scoutbook is the dashboard. So if you click on your My Dashboard, now you'll see that I have both pack and troops that I'm connected with. I also have my family of Scouts and a couple of the dens that I am connected with as a leader. Up here, I'm also a merit badge counselor. So if you have all of these things, you too will have that on there. Now, one of the things that people forget to do is check out their own profile. So if you go into the My Account on your profile, you can check, is your email correct? If you want to change your password and security, and switching your SSO, that is that connection to, if you're new to Scoutbook, you want to make sure that you have synced your My.Scouting with your Scoutbook. And it will keep telling you to do that as well. And this is where you would come and click on it. I've already done it, so I'm a little afraid to do it again because something may happen. But I had talked about texting ability to get the text messages. If you scroll down here, you'll have your name area, your address. You can go in there. And I have actually found that addresses have been wrong on people. And because especially if they move, like Scott Blake, you were one that had an old address in there. And so I made sure to update it because I knew that you were now in Sheet Lake. Also, sometimes you'll have your phone number, but really I think a big one to try to get from your parents is cell phones. You want to have them enter their cell phones in there because that's probably the faster way that you're going to get there. So to get your text messaging, you want to make sure that you click on here and you get to choose what is your carrier. Mine's Verizon, so it was clicked there. And then over in the corner here, let's see if I can move this. It has activate and verify. So you would activate that, you'd press it to activate it, and it's going to send you a code to your phone. And then once you do that, you not only can receive or you not only can send text messages through Scoutbook, but you can receive those text messages. So when somebody sends a message via Scoutbook, it can go directly to your phone as well. I kind of like that one. And here down below, if I was an OA member, I could click that over in this section. I'm not yet. One day though. Talent release. I have signed my form several times. I need to probably update that. If I want to put a biography of myself and my scouting experience, and that needs to be updated as well. And then you just click update. And that at least will get you your updated information. That's probably the biggest thing for you to go into. If you would like to also track any of your service logs, as you can see, I'm very delinquent in doing my service log. Same with camping log, you can go in there, and we'll go into another Scouts one as well. But when you're doing some camping log, you just click on it, you say where you were camping at, what was your date, how many days, your nights, frost points. I don't know, Tony, does our council do any frost point patches or anything like that to give an incentive of winter camping? I don't know on that one. I know some councils do.
No, they not that I know of, but you can always put it down just in, to keep track of it.
Yeah, because I know this last, well, a couple weeks ago in April, it got down to 27 degrees and my kids and I were out there camping. It was like, okay, it was nice and cold, but it was nice to be able to. And then you just click update and it will update all of that information. So then I'm going to go back to the home. And usually if you hit the home, it will always go back to that main dashboard area. So then let me click I'll go into the pack area because that'll hit you. So when you click on your pack, you probably all have seen your dens listed. And then in this little corner, you can add a den. So then you get to decide, all right, what den is it? So say that you just had a major recruitment and you had a lot of second graders. So you click on it. If you, like we have 20s, anything with the 20 number is girls and anything without are the boys. So say we had 6 second grade girls. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna put them in here. I add that and it should show up. And right there, it showed up on here. Now, if I wanted to get rid of that den, because as you can see, we still have some old ones in here that I have to get rid of. You would click on that den, edit den, and then it's called disapprove den. I don't know why it's just not delete, but probably because you can disapprove a den when you've actually used it before. So then it's going to go away. And now I don't have it anymore. Here we have, and this is again on your main screen, you have your pack roster. Has everybody seen their pack roster? This you should have, as leaders, you guys should go in and make sure that people are listed who should be on there. Occasionally, our pack has noticed that randomly, some leaders have fallen off our list. and we're like, where are they? They were there just 2 days ago, and we've had to get them back. If somebody has not connected in Scoutbook, a lot of times the executive officers, as you can see, ours has not connected, and it will say pending. Then all of these little ones, these little markings, these little keys, if you have 2 keys, you are the pack admin. And if you have 1 key, that is a den admin. And the key 3 people are the ones that give the access to who's going to have full control of your pack or just a den control. Any questions yet? Has everybody seen this information before? Because I want to make sure to hit everything. Sending messages, that was on our items to see. if I go into just, right now we were on that pack screen. So if I wanted to send it to everybody, I can hit select all on both sides and it will send whatever message I decide to send. And here we have that send text to. You can do it twice. So I write my subject, test. You can also attach a file. I believe we can only attach one file. So let's just go in here. We'll just randomly, okay, pack fees. How about that? We'll just go in there. So now, as you see that it's not allowing me to do one more, that is probably the negative that I don't like about Scoutbook, is you can only attach one item, but I guess it's better than nothing. So then if I sent this out, I would just click send message, and I could also do it not only by that way, I could click on send text as well. And I can say emergency cancellation of wherever. And we had to do that when there was a major thunderstorm that impacted our conservation project. So that was a little hard. So I'm not going to send that text to anybody because they'd look at their phone or their emails going, what is this? Why are you doing this to me? All right, quick entry. I talked about some quick entry. And this is, again, yes.
One quick. I noticed you keep bouncing back to the home page. See the little thing beside?
You can't go back there.
Go to the other side of the house.
Oh, right here?
The one right beside 52. If you click on that, that'll automatically take you to your dashboard.
Right there. Oh, very interesting. See, you taught me something, Bill. Thank you very much. And that's what we're here for, is for all of us. Because I've always went right back to my house.
Yeah, I know, and it's there, and everyone sees it, and I do it 50% of the time.
It's funny because it's like, okay, go home. And here, like, I'm still on the main page. So if I wanted to do quick entry, usually I do not do quick entry from the main page because I'm not doing it relating to the pack. But if you need to, you can enter awards here. And what you would have to do is choose, what do you want? What type of award are you doing? This is more confusing. If you go in to your dens, it's a little easier. I'm gonna choose our boy den because I know there are some that I'm gonna do Scott's child. So if I needed to enter some information, so our little lions were doing build it up and knock it down. So I would click on that, and up here in the left corner, it says adventure quick entry. And this is really neat because it will list out all of your scouts in that den. You put your date in there. Then as your leader, this is something that a lot of people forget to click on, is the approve and recorded item. Not quite sure why, but they do. And then over in the right section is select the requirements that they have fulfilled. You can, if you did it in a meeting, you hit all of them, select all. Just one, and then you would save the item. So I like that. And let me go into, I like to look at the older ones because the lions don't have as detailed. Here we go. Let's go to Weeblos. If we go into here, we have the den report. So what I like is the Cub history report. And as your scouts cross over into the troop, it is wonderful because they never lose the Cub history report. It will always be with them. It may look like that it's lost, but you just have to go into your reports to find it. And here, I clicked on that history report and it's telling me, okay, they did their Bobcat this date, when they did their cyber chip, and along. And this scout started when they were a bear. So it's showing me all of their awards that they have accomplished. And it will get to the second scout as well.
Can you change that so that it only gives you the report for one scout?
Let me see. Okay, oops, sorry. Hold on. Now is when
You should be able to.
I think you can if I go into just that one scout. Okay, stop loading. Okay, so if I just go into bells and I go to reports, Cub history, it should show me just hers.
Yeah, yep, that's it.
Yes. So that is something that is nice as well. So parents and leaders, they have that ability to go either way. Leaders, it's nice to be able to print out those history reports to hand out, especially like a couple months before the end of the year, usually around blue and gold, to kind of give them an understanding of where their scouts fall if they're trying to earn a rank. This is a good way that they can easily see it. Also on the Den reports, we have that needs approval report. And let's see if there's anything here. Ah, yes, we do have some. So here, the leader hasn't approved these yet. It can be either the leader, the Cub master, any of the key threes, the committee chair, and all they have to do is click approve all for the Pack 52. So it's not too bad. Another report that we have available. Let's see. Oop, let me go back into the. I wanted to just be on a Den area instead of that. Needs purchasing report. This is something that is more with the lines of the advancement coordinator, who's going to be looking at the what needs to be purchased. So as you can see, our pack has been doing a lot of stuff since quarantine, as well as I'm sure most packs have been, because when we do have nice days, I've seen everybody getting outside. So here, when you want to have your order, you're going to add this to an open PO. And is anybody who's on the training right now an advancement coordinator? Do we have any advancement coordinators? It does not look like that. Oh, Joe is saying, yes, I am. So Joe, have you understood the PO ability? Yeah, it's really quick. Here, I'm going to go into the open one because they've been using this. So we have an open PO. So we're going to be adding all of those other items to this open PO. You don't want, I mean, you can start a new PO, but it's more so, why not just add it onto the other one? And then you're going to have your total. I like that it shows you how much all of the awards are going to be when you're going down there. And what's also nice is that yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Laura, there's two things. That total might not be the exact total because some of the prices National has messed up.
Oh, nice.
And another good thing about it, when you email that to Margie, she can have your awards waiting for you, so you don't have to go in the office and spend an hour finding them.
And that's where this wonderful advancement report will come in handy, is that you click this, it's going to allow you to save it and email it down to Margie, and it also shows you who gets what items. Let's see if I can do that without disrupting. So here is everything that was on that PO. And so this is what packs and troops should be handing Margie when she's getting all that stuff. And this is where council is going, is that they're going to be requiring something from your pack or troop before you can pick up all of the advancement awards. And so this does, like Tony said, this helps Margie tremendously. It tells you her exactly what she needs to be getting for you. And right now, if you had to pick up any of these orders, like when I went down and got the scout rank stuff, I sent down the PO to her already. She got it, and I had already paid for it. There was no touching of money or anything, which was very wonderful to see that we could do that. Then something that I really want to show you guys. I'm trying to see if any of these, we have one girl in this one. All right. Riley, she might have some items that are done, or if not, I'm going to play with it. So I'm going into Riley's advancement. So here we have a yellow, a gold. The gold here represents that it has already been awarded to her. Now, if I hit on the wolf, you see that 24%. We have a blue marking over here. The blue marking means the leader has approved that item, but because she needs much more to earn that wolf rank, it has not been completed yet, so, or awarded with the gold. Now she's earned her Finding Your Way, but she has to get all this other stuff to earn that rank. Now, if the parents said that they did duty to God at home, so here they entered today's date, they save it because the leader didn't record it, and that is now green. Green means the scout completed it, but it still needs to have the leader approved, and it still needs to be awarded to the scout. Does that make sense to everyone? So sometimes people are like, what do all of these things mean? And now I'm going to make sure to save that so I don't mess anything up. We'll go back to that beginning screen and trying to think what other items might happen. Attendance or the YPT. We had hit on this last week a little bit. And it used to be like, when I used to go into it a lot, it was straight on Scoutbook. But now, because they have synced it with My.Scouting, if you want to know where your leaders are at, it's going to go to your My.Scouting. Let's see. There we go. Hopefully it's going to work for me today. And we're going to get over there. And it should, under Pack 52, we can look up those YPT trainings. And again, this is what I love to see, because being a trainer, an advancement person, love to see 100% of my trained leaders. Sometimes you're going to see that you might have one leader that needs one thing to be done, and it actually will be listed in this section. Let me see if I can show you one, because I know on Troop 152 that shows that, because I joke with my leader and I said, as it is downloading. Oh no, she completed it. Excellent. So even my troop is totally complete, which is fabulous to see. And let me see my dashboard. Let's get back over there. Let me move this. Trained leader status, it's the same thing. You're going to find out, besides YPT, are they completely trained in their specific required fields? So yeah, is your committee chair trained in all of their stuff? Okay, why is that not going? Probably because I didn't hit it. Here we go. Sorry. So here we have everybody is trained in their specific field. So because if you are the commissioner, if you're a committee member, if you're a committee chair, den leader, if you're a Weeblo's den leader, you have specific areas, and this shows you exactly who has and who has not been trained. Any questions so far? See, I think you guys all know this stuff. It's kind of nice. Although we need the ones that don't know it to really come back in here. The roster building. This is interesting. They have changed it dramatically. And Bill, I don't know if you've played around with the roster building? Have you noticed that they have changed this?
Yeah, they have.
And I don't
They're,
like
yeah, they're trying to make it more business intelligence way where you can drag and select a bunch of things. Like I tried to build a report the other day where I only showed my parents and their email address. That's all I wanted to see. And
Okay.
it wasn't hard to do. It was just weird about where they had you select that information.
Well, and I used to use it to show where it's kind of like instead of the Cub history report, you used to be able to do it and click on the roster builder and say, okay, I want to know which ones are semi-completed. And then I could actually put that for my den and say, hey, you're only 25% away from completing this. But now, and it might be because they are working on improving that system so much, but this would be, if you want to play with it, you can do it with the roster, you can do it with the report builder. It's all very interesting. I do like having a directory for the roster, and that's where you would have went into there. Oh, here it is. Okay, so maybe I was just playing around. So Kira, I want to know what's her lion badge and what's her ranks and stuff like that. I can do it one person, or I could say all the girls. I want to know my dens. So I can run it, and it's going to generate that report for me. So here it has the names of your scout. Have they completed it all? And as you can see, right now it's saying a leader has approved. Now we just have to get it awarded and completed. Not too bad.
See, I think that's new. I don't believe that
is
was
new.
there.
I know. It wasn't there last week because I was playing with it. I'm like, oh, nice. They knew I was going to do this training for you guys. So I'm very kind of them to catch up to us. Do you guys have any area in here that you would want to see before I go to the beta section? Because that is an area that I have even played. Yes, Joe. You need to unmute, please.
You can hold down your space bar and
Got it.
Nice.
Couple things on the advancement report and stuff like that. I typed it in because I raised my hand, but you didn't see me.
You were in the other section. Sorry.
Okay. Well, when you do that, the purchase order and everything like that, couple things. If you leave it open and somebody else enters some more stuff, it's going to be on that purchase order. Maybe you've already bought a lot of the stuff on the purchase order. I usually close mine after I go buy everything so that the next time it's a completely blank one and you can just start fresh. And you can review those closed purchase orders and it'll tell you it's closed at the top. Secondly, on the advancement sheet itself that Margie needs, clear at the bottom, you're going to see some little circle that says that it's been synced with Scoutbook. And that's important as well, because if it isn't, there's something wrong.
And which bottom part are we?
Right
now I'm on the purchase order.
Okay, if you scroll down after the red bar, it'll say advancement report.
Oh, yes. So
okay, click on that and then scroll to the bottom. It should be in the bottom left-hand corner. See the check mark?
Oh, right there, yes.
That shows that you're synced.
That is fabulous.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that, because
you're
I
welcome.
Didn't know about that either, because I always left my advancement stuff to my advancement coordinator.
Gotcha.
I'm
the it girl, the paperwork princess, so it kind of all falls to me.
That was awesome.
The only reason I mentioned the thing about the keeping the open purchase order and everything, the last time I ordered awards, somebody else ordered some as well, and it was for a kid that had transferred to another pack, but it was on my purchase order. I was like,
That's actually a great,
but then I closed it.
That's a really great point, is that when scouts transfer, you have to find out, have they already been awarded their items? Because it will not tell you, and I don't know why, and maybe it's because when you are a transfer, you get a completely different membership ID. But yeah, Scoutbook does not say it's already been awarded. And it will, like you say, it will act as though they just now should be awarded all of those items. So as a leader, we need to actually go in individually and say these have all been awarded, which is not fun. I wish there was a more simple item to do it, but
Well, are two things on that. In regards to the youth that had transferred, he was within council.
oh wow.
So he still had the same membership number and everything.
Oh,
It
wow.
just, for whatever reason, when they added the other awards, he's still on our stuff. And he is right now as well. Because at recharter time, he was on our side.
Yeah, I have not seen that one.
Okay, but it sounds to me like he was never transferred to the other pack.
Well, he's supposed
Because
to be.
you have to do paperwork to, it's a new application to transfer to the other pack.
The parent's fully aware. He's supposed to be on the troop side now anyhow, so I'm not too concerned.
So
But,
it's over
you
there.
know, I have noticed that on the pack side, that until recharter happens again, they will just kind of hang out on the pack and troop sides simultaneously. I can't do anything with them, but they're just kind of hanging out. So
And-
I'm not concerned. Margie and I've had lengthy discussions already.
As long as the troop has taken them and put them into Scout, you can actually delete them from your connections.
Yeah,
That's where,
you can go and hit end date on that,
yeah,
and
Oh.
that'll take them off.
exactly.
Good to know. Thank you.
And that's
Thank you.
definitely something that you'll want to do, because otherwise you're going to have all those scouts just hanging there and you're going, why do I have them here?
It's just one kid. I'm not too concerned.
That's
but
not too bad.
good
Then.
point.
We
Good
had
point.
15 kids transfer over. So that would be a lot of kids. Something that I almost missed out on talking about is, I don't know if all of you guys are using your calendar. We use our calendar a lot, especially for all of our dens, because we try to put in there, and mine, of course, you're going to see the troop ones on there, but you can pick any date. You click on it, then you get to choose what calendar you want to put it on. It's going to list all of your different den calendars. If you're associated with the troop as well, you can have that as well. If I want,
pick two. I want you to pick two.
okay, let's do, and this one. There we go. And then I set it. Say we're going to have a den meeting.
Yeah. So yours does the same thing that mine does. You look at your start and end date.
Oh yeah.
It puts multiple times there.
Yeah.
And like if you would hit save right now, it would error.
Let's see. So, because I know what you're talking about, because I have had that happen. Yes. Oh, I didn't, sorry. But here it's telling us there's no start date. Enter a valid one. And then when you go in,
Yeah.
it's going to go back to 2010.
Yeah,
This is the
exactly.
glitch that they have in the system. And I don't know how that glitch is there. It is a pain. And I know Bill has struggled with this too, because it's like you have to find, where do I need to be now? What year am I? And it is a struggle, but until they figure out when they want to have it.
So the way I got around that was I did it for just one calendar, saved it, went back and did edit and added the second calendar.
Really?
That's the way I did it.
So it seems to be only with multiple. Let's see if that. Let's see.
Well, you've already got it in a screwed up state right now. You're gonna have to cancel and start over.
Like test. Let's see. So we don't think it's gonna save it?
No.
Let's see. You're right. You're like, it's in a screwed up state. So
That's the nice term for it.
Oh, I've gotten frustrated on sometimes. And I do like that. So you're saying if I just did the girls, set it, test. And let's just go down here. And this is what I like too, is how you can set it going, oh, we're going to be playing outdoors. They're doing outdoor activity. Are they going to be doing some weeding? It's a service project. Does it benefit your charter organization? This section helps a lot with your JTE, your Journey to Excellence, which is wonderful. And if your scouts are working towards the Scout Strong Healthy Unit award, you can put that in there. Also, before I click save, over here you have your invitees, your RSVP. I love using the RSVP because I can find out, are people reading it? Are they reading the emails? And they can click on saying, yes, I am coming, or I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to come. Permission slips. Have all of you guys seen the permission slips available in here? Because this is nice where, here, I'll click on the slips area. Please save, oh, okay. Please save your event. All right, let me go down here and then I'll go back in. They're gonna be like, what is this? Edit event. Oh, I could have went over to the slips. It fills in their names on these permission slips automatically. I do love that on it, because if you're going on a hike, you can actually put it that the parents need to sign, so that more of the waiver is on the parents, saying that they knew that we were going to be hiking Cooper's Rock. They understood there are snakes there. Something could potentially happen. We hope never. I hope never. Things like that happen. I would not like it. Which one? There I am. Okay, so now that I did save this, let's get out of here. I'm going to delete this because we don't need it. And it's as simple as that. If I was like, you know what, no, I don't want to have that den meeting, I can delete it. Oh, before I cancel out of here, over in this section, have any of you guys worked with the planned advancement section? Yeah, I see Bill and Joe's like, no, I have not seen that before. This is kind of neat.
It's not fun to deal with either.
I do like it if it's specific. Especially when you get into the Weeblos level and you can just say, this is what we're focusing on. You can go into any of your areas. If you're doing rank requirements, you click on it. And then keep on having to move. It's going to set, and here is at our event, we are going through all of these requirements.
Yeah, but you have to, but I've found that you always have to go in and edit and keep checking and unchecking and checking and unchecking.
Well, this one, I just did it and just added all of them right now. But if I wanted to definitely just say, we're doing just cast iron chef, absolutely, I can erase all of these other ones. So it's one of those that you can add them all and then delete the other ones, or not do any of it, type of thing. So I will just delete. Those lions will be like, what are we working on? Cast iron chef. Like, that's right. We're getting you way advanced. Okay, so I think we have hit majority of everything on that. So I did say, oh, yes, Joe. Oh, it's okay.
Unmuted here.
Okay.
If you look at the gold bar at the top of your thing,
Yes.
you know how you were talking about the hiking and camping logs and everything?
Yes.
They're changing on Wednesday.
Lovely.
And here's what's really crazy. The thing you were talking about, the temperature thing on the camping log, I think it's the camping merit badge that you have to do certain things.
It's
just
like 20 nights. It's 20 with camping merit badge is 20 nights of camping and with pitching your tent. It doesn't say that you have to have a specific temperature, which at least.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working on the camping merit badge right now.
Ah, okay.
So we've done all of the classroom. Now we're waiting to go camping. To get out there be with the bears and say, yeah, we're hoping in a couple of weeks we'll be able to do that. But yeah, and Joe made a good point that whenever they're doing updates, it will either be yellow or red, notifying us that we're going to be having the Scoutbook down in just 2 minutes if you log on. And I've often found that when I've gone in, I'm like, I don't like that. Now, I did mention that at the beginning, there's that beta that we can go into. And let me see if I can start Scoutbook. Okay, have any of you guys gone into this system like this? So, okay, Joe, what do you think about it? Do you like it or you don't like it?
I really don't like it. It seemed like it messed up more things than it improved. It's weird.
It's
I
pretty.
agree.
It's really pretty, but
it is very pretty. It's definitely for the Cub Scout level. That's why they don't have this feature for the troop level. But I agree that the bonus on this system, the beta system, is that you can get we'll just go right into here. You can get the books, the leader books. So if somebody is new to being a leader, they don't have, then selection drop down. Where is it?
I think that's what this whole section is for. I believe that it's really geared toward new, unexperienced leaders.
Yeah. And here.
Because it does so much for you, like scheduling meetings and telling you what to do at that meeting, that, if you've done it before, you might not do it that way.
Exactly. So here, if you don't know, and I have found that as a leader, utilizing more of the Scouts handbook actually is more informative than actually the leader book. And but the leader book does give us a lot of suggestions for some of the gatherings and some songs if we need it. It is a good tool to go along with that handbook, but I think all leaders should have a handbook as well, because it definitely helps. So here is just if this is an area that you like. I know Chewy Staver in Pack 52, he really liked using this. Because I had been using Scoutbook for several years, I just did not like it. Change sometimes can be difficult. And I mean, here we just went to the tips and tricks area of it, which is kind of cool. I mean, there's several cool things if you need to get on it. And if you don't have your book with you and you log into Scoutbook on your phone, at least you could get to the handbook. You could read some tips of what you're doing. If you're on a hike and say, all right, what can we find in there? Because the leader book is going to give you some of those suggestions. So, and they have some training in here. Yeah, so I would say just go in and play around with it. I did have on the last page that help.scoutbook.com. I don't know if everybody has gone to this yet, but here is where you could find a lot of information of, if you have to go back and say, now, I don't remember exactly what I needed, but what I love is Scoutbook videos. And also the Google function is fabulous because if I am trying to figure out, can Scouts do something before, say, like the merit badge? I Google it and it's like, usually I can get my answer because somebody else has had that question as well. But here, if you go into Scoutbook Help, you're going to be able to go through lots of videos that they've already created for us, which I highly recommend if you're still a little more confused about it. Something else that I had, when I first started Scoutbook, I was able to find this through the forum. And that's something here. Let me get in there. How do I get there? Let's go back to the login. Sign in. They'll be like, why is she signing in so many times? Right here, you have forums, and there's also the legacy forums and references. If you go in here and type a question, somebody may have, there's all these, they're updating tons of online information for us. So I don't know, has everybody used this yet? I just started getting back into it with my questions, especially now that I am new to the troop level. So I have a lot of questions there, but this tool is a wonderful item. So does anybody have any place that you want me to go to, or did I help in any way? Get a little more of understanding all the different areas. I'm always learning. I think that's a key, is that we all should be constantly going in and just, you have to go in and just start tapping on buttons to see what is available. And here you have your my.scouting. If you had to update your training, you can go right to your training on there. The internet advancement, that is before me. I never had to use that. I've only been using Scoutbook. And then I'm going to go here to that my.scouting because I want to show one thing. We'll go into here. As we know, every 2 years we have our lovely youth protection. So we're constantly doing that. I think anybody who did it in 2018, you are up for renewal this year. So make sure that you go have that fun of having that training. You'll find your resources here. What else? Anything else that you guys want? Any more questions? Because I can log off of this and come back to our full screen. And I want to thank, oh, I have 2 chats. Let's hopefully I answered it. Oh, Joe answered. Excellent. Looks like you can attach multiple files. Oh, you figured out how to attach multiple files? Okay, Scott, speak up. Gotta have this. So do you want me to go back to the screen?
I was just trying to, if you select them, you can select multiple files, but you have to do it all at once. You can't go back anymore. If you,
I've never done that. Yeah. So
shift,
it's like hold down your shift or control.
yeah, and you can add more than one file, but it has to be done at one time.
Oh, that's excellent. Oh, I'm going to be playing with that now. I like that one, especially when you have to send a whole mess of camping information or registration stuff out to somebody. That is a great known function then. Thank you, Scott. Anybody else have any information to share? Well, all right. Well, thank you so much for attending our session. I hope you learned at least one thing new. I did. See, that's why we all work together. I mean, we are a village. It's like, that is how we work together. And I look forward to anybody that's going to be on for the troop, because I'm going to be listening to Hank and learning some new stuff with the troop level. All right. Have a great half hour of rest and see you in the troop one. Thank you, everybody.